I'm not knocking whatever women want to do, but it's just like you want a man, but you're getting an artificial man.
I'm gonna put it this way: they ain't shit niggas on under the umbrella of today's society to where they ready to slap another ass and get up under some other pussy too.
Right.
Just like the reason why you got mad at the man is they got programmed testosterone though. You know how men naturally are programmed and may happen to look at another woman or do this to see it. It's natural.
Right.
But now these women who want to be men have now trained themselves to be ain't shit niggas too in the eyes of the women who ran away from the ain't shit niggas. Ain't that confusing? We could talk about that dynamic even that, and later maybe another day for another time.
We're gonna get into
all that.
Yeah, I got a great topic now that I finally remember that I want to talk about with you. You're gonna actually, this is gonna be a good one for us, and it's dealing with Jay-Z and an investment that Jay-Z made. Now Jay-Z is being criticized right now for investing in a company that sells GPS software to track parolees. Now, this is the article right here by SandraRose.com. She said Jay-Z pictured left with Nipsey Hussle's under fire for investing $3 million in a startup company that assists state and local governments to track parolees by improving GPS monitoring technology. They go on to say the difference between Jay-Z and a late rapper Nipsey Hussle is that Nipsey uplifted his community while Jay-Z seeks to exploit and profit from it. Now, the promise is a de-carceration startup that raised $3 million in capital funded from corporations and individuals led by Jay-Z's Rock Nation. Promise doesn't raise funds to bail detainees out of jail. Instead, Promise is a technology software design company that sells apps that help government agencies track people who are released from jails under the First Step Act. Promise provides an incarceration alternative by using software that replaces home confinement and ankle monitoring with a smartphone app to track participants and remind them when they're supposed to appear in court to take a urine test. Sam, man, what do you think about this? Jay-Z under fire right now for investing in an app that's pretty much going to track.
And this is a credible source, huh?
Absolutely, man.
Oh, well, this raises a couple things to me because now it falls in line with Meek Mill's Criminal Reform Act. We all know the money in line with that, and this just falls in line with a number of things and a couple of confirmations sometimes, or a couple of confirmations that we speculated on political, certain moves that are looking like they're supposed to be made, and man, it doesn't surprise me.
Does it ruin your credibility at all? You know, for Jay-Z with this whole criminal justice thing, because the thing is supposed to be not to aid and abet the system and help it, and it's to stop people from going into the system, not to try to make it better. And now you're talking about him now getting criticism for like, all right, shit, I'm just going to make some money off the GPS shit. All right, they got to be tracked. Let's track them. Let's put the shit on there. I'm going to invest, this amount of money, to do this. And, it just is what it is. So how's that any different? My question is for somebody invested in, because with that's big business. That's going to be big business because a lot of people that's going in and out of jail. How is that different from somebody investing in private prison, making money off toilet paper or phone calls?
It's not. Ooh. And this is why this is a tough one, because of the fanfare that comes behind it. I'm not going to lie. You look at somebody that you've respected and you love and you've watched throughout the years give you nonstop greatness in music, and watched him as a businessman grow and preach so well on the culture. You want to believe somebody like that is genuine. You don't want to believe stories that we're hearing right now and putting two and two together as grown men, grown ass adults, and understanding the truth and not having to get weaved through the bullshit and see what's going on. It's hard to swallow. It is. So it is. I'm gonna give it a little time before I go ahead and completely just go ahead.
Right.
But man, this is just troubling to listen to.
Well, the website is joinpromise.com. You know what I mean? It's just the source here. You know what I mean? And it's pretty much, they're trying to make it easier for people to pay tickets, and pretty much an easier way to kind of deal with the system. Now, my thing, and when they talk about the Nipsey Hussle thing, and you talk about the community infrastructure, is totally different than somebody that's going to invest in a GPS technology that's already got people coming in. Somebody coming over like Nipsey, let's just say, to make that comparison, they built a community center, or Vector, I think it was called 90, where, all right, we're going to start teaching kids in the inner city to do such and such, as opposed to somebody over here making money off the system that's oppressing us. This person is saying, all right, man, y'all can't even go into that system for them to make money off you. You got to learn this and this and this so you can make enough money so you ain't got to never do no crime to ever get locked up. Because most of these guys are getting in there for selling shit, selling drugs, trying to make money to make a living. It just is what it is. Do people commit some violent crimes? Yes, but we know a lot of people, I think probably for the majority, is locked up for non-violent drug offenses. So that goes to tell me that if a cat 18 years old, we were just talking about this, talking about the college, made 50, 60 grand a year off an idea that he invented, he wouldn't have to go to the street and try to make that same amount. But once he makes that amount, the feds coming in, he's catching cases. Now he's put back into the system. So people are saying, okay, so Jay-Z's coming back and saying, all right, now I'm not going to invest into the community. I'm going to invest on the back end on where they already got us coming in. This is what this looks like. And I know it's crazy to me, man. It's definitely crazy. I don't definitely want to go in on it. I mean, it just is what it is. I don't think it's anything to hold back on with this. It just is what it is.
It sucks. And we were talking about Nipsey Hussle. It brought me back to a class what I had in college. The last topic we were talking about, and it talked about one of the classes talking about extrinsic and intrinsic rewards. And they had, for example, teachers. You had some teachers that just wanted to go because they had the joy and the love in teaching. They love to educate. They watch looking at a child that may not have known something prior to them getting in their arms and teaching them and now knowing it after. Then you had these other teachers that were just in it for a check. They got their tenure, they enjoy it, and they just in it for what they are in it for, and it was what it was, and not just genuine in it anyway. Same thing goes for this. And when you look at people like Nipsey and now, unfortunately, you can look at a comparison with Jay-Z from what it's looking like. Nipsey really cared about his community, really cared about his people, had some wealth, had some blessings, wanted to give that back. And even though he may not have seen that money back as fast as he would have liked to as a businessman, the rewards, getting people, convicted felons, out of jail and putting them on the street and giving them jobs right out of the penitentiary, something that would never happen out here to any of them on the main street, is something inspiring. To set up these centers and to do these things for the people in your community who may not be able to financially give you your return quite fast, but be able to see them uplifted is something in a reward in itself, as opposed to an investor who's a shark, who's a tycoon, who I respect in a degree as well, but still have to have some kind of moral compass to them as well, and can just drop money, $3 million, and see how fast that technology is going to grow and how fast that investment is going to turn 10 times. Yeah. It's
and here's a statement here, and I just want to add on to this. And I'm going to, compare this to New Jersey. They said, let me see, simply because they cannot afford to post a bail, the government can pay promise to monitor compliance with court orders and better keep tabs on people via the app if needed, GPS monitoring devices. So in other words, they take away, like New Jersey, you can't post bail no more. So they say that it's helping people who can't afford it. So you get a criminal, I think it's called a some type of status here, where they say, okay, is this person, what is their threat going back into society? They give you from a 1 to a 6. So I think 6 being the highest, 1 being the low. So they give you a 1, you go out, probably no monitor. Maybe a 3 and up, you got to put a monitor on. So this is where they're coming in at. Okay, now we're going to invest in this technology, whatever this monitor is now. This is made by so-and-so company. We're invested in this part, particularly of the venture. So maybe some people will say maybe it's going to help. I mean, but it's cut and dry. It is what it is. Maybe Jay-Z has an end game to this. Now, in defense, I want to read this because I want to be thorough with this. This is a person that goes by the name on Twitter of Phaedrael, and he said, as a founder of the company, this is not accurate. We do not make, provide, or sell electronic monitor. If our clients on EM, it is because the court required them as a condition of release. We will not participate in profiting off of electronic monitoring. But she said they also going to say, but she left out the part where the company helps government agencies keep tabs on people who wear ankle monitors by tracking them every move with the app and providing progress reports. You know what I mean? So it just is what it is. Simple as that, simple and plain. I just wanted to read that statement from the founder of the company, though.
This is ongoing. I mean,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to do more research, and in today's society, it'll be here today, going tomorrow. And if you really care, pay attention.
And my thing will be with Jay-Z is we know what his investments are pretty much. He got Tidal and whatnot. And what people are also saying is like, where's his investments in the Black community that's helping the Black community? Maybe Tidal is, maybe Rock Nation is. This is what people, not that he don't. I'm not saying that he has to. He can do whatever the hell he wants with his money.
Yeah.
But this has been a criticism of people like him, Diddy, and some of the other people. Like, when are they going to start investing in the community? Because Nipsey was one of the few people who did invest in the Black community. And when you looked around, you didn't see a lot of other people that did. Quietly, some people, obviously, that's not as flashy, but that just is what it is.
It is what it is. And that's why we're going to start talking about more, whether we drop it or not, on YouTube. Definitely talking about your chameleonaires and people like that who are investing and taking their money outside of rap, who will get laughed at when you talk.
My truth uncensored, my whole network viral. 12 and a half get you a quarterback. I got them shits flying like spirals. I like my truth uncensored, my whole network viral. 12 and a half get you a quarterback. I got them shits flying like spirals. You're now tuned into the greatest. Motherfucker, you ain't never lie. If them people watching us like YouTube, then tell them motherfuckers like and subscribe. If the blunt stale, I still click a bell.